Apparently, the Dakar are big fans of Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris. Or at least, that's how the coverage seemed today, because it was stage 4 of Dakar number 44. And I'll tell you what, there were a lot of falls involved in today's event. A 44th stage win for Nasser Al-Attiyah over 4 hours of competition. The longest stage in the rally, a total distance, though, of 707 kilometres, which is not divisible by 4. But let's talk about what's been happening, and we'll start off with the car class. Another crash, another suspension failure causing incident for the 14-time winner, Stefan Petterhansel, Mr. Dakar. He's not really had a good time this year. This time it was, a shock wet, which broke a spring, which broke into the cooling system. Meanwhile, his teammate, Carlos Sainz, is still fighting for scratches, still fighting for the stage wins. And the top 4 of the stage today were four different manufacturers. Toyota Gazoo Racing taking the win with Nasser Al-Attiyah again, this time 25 seconds over Sebastian Loeb, who was another 27 seconds clear of Sainz, with Yasser Sedan in 4th place in the X-Raid Mini. Izida Raji was going to have had the scratch in the overdrive Toyota, however a 2-minute penalty ended up dropping him to 5th. You see, something that's not to do with 4. But it still means that 3 of the top 5 are Toyotas. Al-Attiyah from Loeb, the gap now 38 minutes. Al-Raji, another 11 minutes back. Then Alvarez, another 4 minutes back, nearly 5 minutes back. And then Vladimir Yasselev in the VRT BMW X5. Doing what the likes of Guerlain Chichery did for 15 or so years ago, and getting a BMW all the way up very high. Speaking of Chichery, a big crash today, which he said was to do with having to drive harder in the dunes, as he has a 2-wheel drive base instead of a 4x4. Danny Rome, a teammate to Sebastian Loeb, had issues in the car category as well, losing a wheel. But let's look at some of the other categories. Let's look at the trucks quickly. It's quite a nice one to get through very quickly. This time, it wasn't a top 4 lockout for the Kamaz stable, with Karganov dropping, about an hour in the stage, which has dropped him to 7th, but it was still 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Nikolaev from Shibalov. 3rd place was Deroy Ivaco. This one was Janis van Kasteren. But Sotnikov was, 4th place, which meant that the 1, 2, 3 is still Sotnikov from Nikolaev from Shibalov. The gap now 7 minute 10 at the top. Going over to the bikes now, and the stage win went to Beretta Bort, with Quintanilla in 2nd and Goncalves in 3rd. But what does it mean for overall? Well, it's Sunderland still from Walkner from Van Beveren. The gap for the lead, 3 minutes. 5 minutes separated the top 3. And even then, you look at the likes of Beretta Bort, who is only 14 minutes down, Quintanilla 11 minutes down. And the top 10 still has a bit of a who's who. You've got Svitko, you've got Benavidez, got Sanders in 4th place. Yeah, it's looking awesome as ever. If we look at the quads, it was a win for Antiyar after a penalty for Maximov. But what it means is Capetti still has a lead of 13 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's go across to prototypes, where Contado has a 21-minute lead overall now from Ericsson. But in the stage, it was Quintero who took the win by nearly 8 minutes over Demevu. In the SSVs, it was Gottsal taking a stage win from Luipi de Oliveira and Austin Jones in 3rd place. What does it mean for the general? Well, Jones still has a lead, but it's only 4 minutes 13 over de Oliveira, and Gottsal is now 10 minutes 33 behind. Going over to the quads. Well, we've already done the quads. Going over to the original bimodal, it's still Gaz Ninkas in the Orion Dakar team entry that is leading overall. Another scratch, this time 2 minutes 22 over Milan Engel. And then Melot in 3rd in the Team Esprit KTM. It's still proven to be an excellent Dakar rally. They've just got into Riyadh now, and tomorrow's stage will be a loop around the capital. And then we're getting towards a rest day. Yeah, it seems weird That was the longest stage of the rally, but it doesn't seem to have had a massive impact in a lot of the overalls, even though there have been some impacts for some of the competitors. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.